wanted to come through tonight just to say a very few words, because it comes up to the times when you call it a Christmas, and we knows that's the times when you feels down in the dumps, and we wants to tell you that we wants to lift you up and makes you realise that there is a good things in the world as well as the bad things. And we wants to tell you that there's lots of love going out from lots of peoples to all the little children in the world that you worried about. And we tells you that there's going to be the big, what you calls it, the big explosion of goodwill that will help the peoples in the world to do the things that they wants to do. Because there's lots of the little children in the world that not has the, what you call it, the chance to do the things that they want, because they're so worried about the things of the body, and they're not able to grow in the minds, because the body needs so much attention compared with the things of the spirit. Do you follow? I've not putting it very well, but I was trying to get the ideas through the media's mind to pass them on to yous. You've got to realise that he has to take the thoughts that's in the media's mind, and we've got to turn them round so that they the thoughts that we wants to give out. Do you follow? Since sometimes there's the peoples on the earth plane, we know them, that they's able to step so completely on one side and let the spirit speak absolutely from the spirit world. But more the medias, they, like my media, they still says, and we has to use the things that's in the media's mind. We've got to use the words that she knows and the thoughts that she knows, but we turns them round so that they makes the thoughts that we wants to give you. So we wants to says to you that we very pleased to come through, and there's been lots of the spirits in the circle with you that they've been giving you the healing, and they've been giving you the inspiration, and there will be the things that you will think about afterwards. Then you has your quiet times in your own homes, and then there will be the thoughts coming from the spirit, and those thoughts will be the thoughts that we wants to put into your minds. Do you follow? Sometimes we's able to come through and says much more than we really knows that the media wants us to say. And sometimes he not like the things that we says, but there's the things that sometimes we's got to give you and sometimes we hasn't. But tonight we just comes to says hellos to you all, and to say that we's going to help in the conditions that there's what you call the big crisis, and always you will remember that you always have the troubles at this times of the year. It's like then the winter starts, you all gets down in the dumps, and the thoughts that's in your minds, that they helps the atmosphere of your world, and then you get all the troubles comes along. These troubles will not be all that long, they will pass, and then you will find that the things will be the better in the world. And the time will be coming, then there will be the real peace in the world. It will not be just immediately, but it will be coming, because there's going to be the understanding that you've been praying for and you've been working for and spirit's been working for long, long times. But you's got to do your parts. You's got to keep, what you calls it, cheerful. You's got to be happy. You's got to know that there will be the good things in the world as well as the bad things. And so you always hears about the bad things, you will be hearing about the good things as well. So that's what we want to tell you. And we want to say that we be pleased with the circle, and you think that there's nothing very much happening, but there's lots of things on the other sides that you're able to do that you do not know about. But you will find one day that there will be the rewards coming to you. You do not do it for the rewards, but there will be the things that will make you feel very, very good. You must not get too pleased with yourselves, you know that. But you will find that you've been able to be of great helps to the peoples, both on the earth plane and the peoples in the spirit. And then you goes to sleep at night, you comes to the spirit world, and there you do all the work. And sometimes you have to work very hard, and sometimes you find that what you do does not have the effect that you want. But nothing that you do on the earth plane or in the spirit world for the good is wasted. Be able to use all the thoughts and all the things that you do, and be able to use to make the things better. So that's what we want to tell you, to say, cheer up, be happy, and know that there will be the lights at the end of the tunnel. That's what we says. And we sees the train comes in out of the tunnel, and when it comes out it puffs all the smoke. That was when I was on the earth plane. You do not have the trains that make the smoke nowadays, we knows. We sees all the changes that takes place on the earth plane. And sometimes there's good changes and sometimes there's not so good. But you cannot, put the clock back. You've got to realise that the world will go on and it will go forwards, and there will be the new discoveries and the new inventions, and there will be the new things comes into the world. And the new things that comes in, sometimes they will be for the good, but sometimes the men will do them for the bad. But they've all got the good potential. And that's what they've got to be used for. So good. See, help the mankind to do the things that we want him to do. I've given quite a long sermon, haven't I? It's nice to come through this circle and to speak with you. And sometimes I'm able to come easier than others. But tonight I just wanted to come to cheer you all up and to say, Happy Christmas. That's coming along. We did not call it a Christmas when I was on the earth plane. I cannot speak the language that I spoke when I was on the earth plane now, because it's not in my needy's mind, and I got to use what's in the needy's mind. But one day I hope that the needy will stand on one side, and then I will be able to talk, and I will be able to give you the things that I did when I was on the earth plane. She's not believed that, but that's what that's what I tells her. And she's got to realise that bill comes one day. She thinks it's too old to change, but she's never too old with the spirit, because if the spirit wants you, it will work through you, whether you be 7 or 70. That's the things that Sue's got to understand. Now I've got to go, so I just says good nights to you, and God bless you, and God bless all the people that's linked to you, and God bless all the little children that's on in the spirit world, and that's on the earth plane. And God bless the little ones that's come into the earth plane from spirit. They will be fine, it will be very, very good for them to be here. So you remember that when you hear of the new little ones that's coming into the earth's body. So now we said good night, and God bless you. God bless you.